Hey guys, it's Danny, and today's Friday, and the topic of the week is It Will Get Better. I know that Rosie talked about TV and movies and books being good for that, for things being better, kind of thing. And they are good. They create a little atmosphere where you can be yourself for a little while and get lost in the idealism of it, but that's just a fact that's not real. And while it's good to use those resources, uh, it's not always realistic, and in some cases, it's really hard to relate. The L Word, it's a show about lesbians. However, I'm 17, and when I first started watching that show, I was 14. It was really hard as a 14-year-old for me to relate to a 30-year-old who was pretty successful and open about being gay. I was 14, ugly, had long hair, and I wasn't very pretty. Um, it was really hard for me to relate to that. Uh, so not always the best option. However, I'm going to talk about one way that I think is the best way. And it worked for me personally. The best way for things to get better is by you creating the change. One of my favorite bands, which is The Agonist, and their insert for their CD, Once Only Imagined, has a small portion that says, "You have the power to be the catalyst for large scale differences. Start the ripple of change and watch the waves grow." You have to start the change for widespread change. There's nothing simpler than that. You can't expect a group somewhere else to start change for you because in your community, you're the one who's speaking out. And you know what? Your opinion might make a difference. And whenever you get more people involved, the better. We don't have a GSA at my school, and I know that a lot of other schools do, but we don't at my school. However, I was very in the closet, and I wasn't out till last year. I'm still not completely out. I don't talk about it. I don't feel like I have the need to. However, there's a lot of homophobia in my school, and they make comments not directed always toward me, but toward other students, toward, just using the word gay as if it's stupid. And I don't like that, so I'd speak out against it. I live in a small community, a small rural town, about 100 students in the high school and about 100 in the elementary, so approximately 200 students at my entire school, K through 12, and there's only about 1,000 to 1,500 residences in the entire borough of Salisbury where I live. Um, the best way for people to accept things is sometimes by saying, "Hey, guess what? I'm gay." A lot of my friends weren't very comfortable with the idea. A lot of my friends are devout Christians, and at the churches in my community, they teach that homosexuality is a sin. And you know what? Whenever you say, "Hey, I'm gay, but look, I'm not different. I'm still me. We've been friends for years," sometimes that's a good way of starting things. They might not always agree with that, but they still love you, and they're not going to let people talk against you. Um, I started walking around more proudly, not lying to myself or anyone else who I was. Here at home, my mom does not accept that I'm gay. Um, However, I cut my hair. I cut my hair because I wanted to. I knew it wouldn't make her happy. I knew I wanted to be the pretty, popular girl for my mom. But the fact is, that wasn't me. So I wore boys' clothes. I'm starting to wear them anyhow again. And I cut my hair, and I'm happy. You have to be the change. You can't just expect things to change. And you know, if you believe in prayer, I know my mom always said, "God helps them who helps themselves." You can't just sit there waiting around for a miracle to happen. I mean, utilize resources. There's books on how to do this, so if you don't want to get stuck in idealism, you can always read about how to, like gay rights for one thing. Know your rights. Know what you have to say. And there's a lot of states. I'm almost 100%. There's a lot of states that have not taken homosexuality and gender identity into their clause for hate crimes. However, know your rights. Know where to start. You know, we always just try to jump into things, but the best place to start is know what you're allowed to do, what the law can do, what the law can't do. Participate in small things. The day where everyone was supposed to wear purple, there were a lot of kids in my school that did that. That's big. That's huge. especially for such a small community, and even the students who didn't know what it was for, you know, they don't matter. But there were so many students at my school who wore purple despite not accepting it, despite, so many factors. Even if they weren't making a big difference, I recognized the students who were wearing purple, and we talked about it the next day. And I didn't think they knew. I didn't think they did. I just thought they wore it, because who cares? It's purple. It's a color. Do stuff like participate in the Day of Silence. I plan on doing it this year. Their website has a very good, kind of like frequently asked question kind of thing about what your rights are as a student and if you're allowed to participate. So I'm just saying, if you want change to happen, if you want things to get better, you have to be the change you want to see. You have to be open. You have to be willing. There's so many things you can do. There's so many people you can write. There's senators and governors, and I don't really know exactly how that all works. You could do your research on that. I can do the research for you. I'm not looking into it currently because I don't feel like it. But if you honestly want the information, I would definitely get it for you. And write people. Be like, you know what, I'm gay and I feel like I should have the rights that others do. If bullying is a problem at your school, maybe try to set up a little seminar on some gay rights issues. You have to be what you want to see. You can't expect other people to do it for you because miracles don't just happen. You have to start doing things yourself and take a leadership position and do it. That's all I can honestly say. If you need any help trying to gather information, get to websites, get some help, anything, talk to me. I don't mind. So, thank you. And by the way, we haven't chosen anyone yet, as far as I know. But I don't think we have. I know we've been talking about it. But we haven't chosen anyone yet. But we're definitely looking at your videos. We're definitely watching. And more people should audition. It would be great. We'll watch your videos and, we'll let you know. So, thanks everyone who has auditioned. And I'm gonna go now because I'm hungry and I'm going to McDonald's.